Welcome back to Still Loading, the second episode.
Episode 2.
Yeah, man. Thank you, everyone, for checking out the first video and everyone who liked it, everyone who subscribed. That was awesome. I really got a lot more feedback than I was expecting, so I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, super stoked.
Hopefully this one's just as popular. Today we're talking a little bit about, couch co-op.
Oh, yes.
And I'm really glad I have a co-host to do this with, because I think I sound like an asshole if I was just like, let's talk about couch co-op alone. So.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. This is definitely the way to do this kind of banter for sure.
Yeah. So I'm Aiden.
And I'm Matt.
And just sit back and enjoy it. I think I want to start off what are some of your memorable co-op experiences? Because I remember you talked a little bit about gaming with your sister last episode, but did you guys ever play games strictly just kind of pass the controller around, or ever do a co-op experience?
So pass the controller is kind of the way we did it because we played a lot of single player games, and at that point in our time, we couldn't be doing something together. We had to be doing something together separately, if that makes sense, which I believe totally falls into that category of couch co-op because that's exactly what it is. You just sit on a couch and pass a controller or do it collaboratively, which I think is cool.
Oh no, I have lots of experiences like that. I do that still today. I'll just have one of my friends play a game. You gotta check this out. Trust me, you gotta check this out.
Yeah, for sure.
There's just some joy in that. I don't know.
Yeah, I dig it. I got a lot of really fond memories with couch co-op. I know we talked about this last time, but Champions of No Wrath.
Absolutely, yeah. Same here. I have so many just weekends and weeks just dwindling away playing that game.
Absolutely.
What was the farthest we ever got? So the whole thing with the second one especially was to just beat it over and over again. And I think we got up to champion difficulty, which is the third playthrough, I think.
I played Champions 2 very briefly. So the deal with that was the buddy of mine that I played that with, they were his older brother's games. So we got to play Champions of No Wrath when Champions 2 came out, kind of the hand-me-down thing.
Yeah.
That's super cool. We played that a lot. I'm not going to say we were very good at it, because I don't think we were. But I remember I did enjoy playing it. I always played the Dark Elf or the Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark Knight's so good. Same here, yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit.
It's so good. I actually wish that game has something unique that I don't think any game is ever going to copy. Not that it's trying to be copied per se. You got the Baldur's Gate games, and those are in the same style. I think the same studio even worked on them. But Champions of No Wrath especially just had something that you'll never be able to copy, because I remember one of the big appeals is finding the stat gems and making your own armor, making your own weapons,
right.
Combining the whatever. I think my favorite weapon was a bow that I was playing a ranger at one point, and I had a bow that was on fire, but also had a lightning drawstring basically, because I had lightning and fire on it.
Oh, dude, nice!
And it was just so cool. That game was just amazing. There's been nothing like it since then.
Dude, I 100% agree with that. Champions is just a good experience, and we talked about a little bit about this last time too. But it came out of nowhere for me. I was all of a sudden oh, here's this thing you have to see, and I was like, what is this? This is awesome.
It was such a kind of a closeted nerd thing for me, because my friends first pitched it to me. They're yeah, we're playing Champions of No Wrath. I was like EverQuest? And they're like what? And I was like, nothing at all.
I didn't say a damn word.
Because EverQuest is my first MMO. I remember playing that when I was real young. Played a barbarian.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was the in-browser game, right?
Sort of. Not in browser. It was an MMO. It had an MMO engine, but it was just windowed most of the time.
Yeah,
it was infinite for MMOs, but
yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, RuneScape for me for MMOs, but I digress. So yeah, Champions was super great. Also had a lot of fun playing the Army of Two games. Did you ever play those?
No.
So those had a really cool dynamic to them, and again, something that I don't think has ever been replicated. So the whole concept is you're a two-man fire team. There's the big heavy dude and the small skinny dude, and you do slightly different things. But the way the game worked and what I thought was so interesting about it is it's obviously a shooter game. I don't know if I covered that, but
okay.
Yeah, it's a shooter, and your weapons get completely blown apart. You can change the way the weapon is chambered, the way it's calibrated. You can paint different parts of the weapon. You can attach different attachments that don't necessarily go to that gun in real life, but you can totally do it because it's a video game.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of cooperative stuff that you had to do. You both had to be in the right area at the right time to pull switches to open up new areas to go shoot through. And you could if you went down, your buddy, when they were reviving you, dragging you by your gear, you could shoot while you were doing that. It was just this whole collaborative, cooperative experience. And I played that a lot with my favorite of my mom's boyfriends. Like, we beat the 40th Day, which is the sequel, in like a couple days.
Okay.
And it was just a super awesome experience. And to me, that was my swan song with couch co-op. Like, that was the last bit. And I'm pretty nostalgic about all this stuff. And what stings the most about this genre not being around anymore is I never got to say goodbye. Like,
Yeah.
all those good experiences, like the book closed and I had no idea. Like that was gonna
Yeah.
be it. Like,
It did definitely seem like there was a moment when online multiplayer kind of took over from the couch co-op experience. I remember, similar to what you're talking about, like the last game, like Gears of War for me, like I didn't own an Xbox. I was not an Xbox person at all, and I can count on my hand like the number of Xbox games I liked on like one hand. But I remember playing Gears of War with my friend, and like that was awesome.
Yeah,
It's very similar, just like dark in the trenches, kind of like couch co-op warfare, where you're both like freaking out, like, oh my god, what's happening? Like, yeah, and I think that it was a much better experience being together in the same room than just being online and doing that.
absolutely. So to me, it feels like as technology is moving forward, it's killing the person-to-person element in favor of voice-to-voice. And that makes me really sad. Like, again, looking out for the gamers that are coming after me.
Yeah.
And the ones that may not have been able to experience this kind of thing. But do you remember like going and getting like a 2-liter and some gas station burritos and starting like a Soul Calibur 3 tournament in somebody's living room because that's what you were doing that night?
Yeah.
I feel like that whole thing is gone. Like, why would you do that when you can sit in your bedroom by yourself and play with your friends online? Granted, you are still playing with your homies, but
yeah,
why would you do that when, you know, you can just do it online? That sucks. That sucks to me because so much of my weekends in high school were built around that. Like, whose house were we going to? Whose parents could we convince to get the hell out for a while so we could, you know, just teenage debauchery in there?
Yeah.
Like, that took organization, that took planning, that took knowing each other's parents really well and like knowing what they would go for and whatnot. Like, it's a little shady, but it's not a thing anymore. That's gone, and that sucks.
For us, it was my buddy Laz, because his mom, when we were at his mom's house, she didn't care really, and then his dad definitely did not care. Like,
Oh, cool.
It was like just such a weird experience. It's funny you bring that up though, because I was gonna bring it up last episode about things I miss, but in the same vein as that, like I miss prepping for the weekend and like going to that person-to-person element of like going to like a video store and like checking out like, oh, what co-op titles do we have, guys? What are we gonna try this week?
Yeah.
A very memorable spring break I have when I was younger. I think I was a freshman in high school, so not much going on. I remember my friend Laz, like we went to Hollywood Video like 3 or 4 different times that weekend because everything we got sucked.
Oh shit.
And we were just like, we tried out the Star Wars games. I was like based on like episode 3, I think. That game was not very fun.
It's not good.
We tried one of the Armored Core games, and like the concept sounded cool, but the co-op was not fun. Like it did not work very well. I can't remember what else we tried, but we just tried a bunch of stuff. Like that was just a fun, just like going back and forth. Like, all right, this one's bad. Let's try another one.
Sucks.
We actually ended up playing The Sims 2 all weekend.
Oh, not bad.
And Sims 2 is one of the best couch co-op experiences I have because it's the only Sims that's like that, where it's like actually an RPG and you can just control it via joystick instead of clicking and everything.
Oh, really?
And we were playing on PS2.
Oh, nice.
So like you can control like your own person, and like we went fucking crazy. Like we still talk about that to this day, and like we refer to it as the weekend we went crazy because like we just fucking barely slept that whole weekend, like all jacked up on soda and stuff, and just like played The Sims 2 forever.
Yes.
And like we both got like really, really far in our careers, and then like we just like fuck it, let's start over.
Yeah.
And like tiled the entire outside for some reason to use all our money. Like it just went everywhere, man. It was insane, and that's just I don't think people are gonna experience that anymore. Like I genuinely agree with you.
Yeah, like there's something to be said, like weekends like that, you just feeding off each other at some point, like because if you're playing online, like I said, by yourself in your bedroom, like what's to stop you from being like, oh man, I'm too tired to do this, I'm gonna go to bed. But when you got your homie right next to you and you're like, no dude, we just got to do this thing, just stay awake, just drink a Mountain Dew,
like that vibe, right? Yeah, I get it.
And it's just pure awesomeness, and I would love to see a resurgence, but I don't see a way that it can come back, and that's it's too set now And I think a lot of that has to do with greed. Like, game developers found that people would be willing to pay for 2 consoles, pay for 2 copies, and really solidify that online experience by selling it as something that's super awesome. But whether it's knowing or not, they're killing something so great. And that's, like I said, it makes me genuinely sad.
I think that there is something honestly to say about the concept of like, why sell 1 copy when you could sell 2. I have no doubt that's a big contributing factor to it. I think I would even go as far as to say as I think sometimes that's the only motivation.
Yeah.
Because I've played online games where one of the big selling points is like, yeah, man, you and a friend can play us online. Like, it's got an expansive multiplayer, and then you play the multiplayer and it's terrible. Like it feels like it was like one guy working on it in a closet and like his light didn't turn on, so he wasn't really sure what he was doing. Like that's what it feels like, because it's awful.
Yeah.
It has the least amount of care given to it whatsoever, and I don't know if it's really focusing more on the multiplayer aspect anymore as much as just like selling 2 copies, selling 2 consoles.
Yep. That I honestly have no argument for that. That feels right. That feels correct. Do you think, something I was pondering and doing the prep work for this, do you think that's a hangover from PC culture? Because with PC culture, everybody's always had their own rig.
Yeah.
So that kind of multiplayer was a necessity. You had to have it, versus, consoles were all about being at someone's house. Like, and if you don't think that's accurate, look at the original Xbox. It had 4 controller ports. I mean, what do you think that was for? 4 home, like
GameCube had 4 controller ports too. Like, it was all about the party play. Like,
exactly, yeah. And I feel like Nintendo is still trying to keep that alive a little bit, but not doing very well. I played the most recent Mario Party entry and I was not impressed.
It is pretty dumbed down. I really like the chaos of the previous titles. See, we've kept that alive over the years. My friend Sam, like, she loves Mario Party, and she's got still the original GameCube, like all the original ones, and like, she's also got an awesome YouTube channel, so I'll link that below. But yeah, we would just get drunk and play Mario Party of various numbers still over and like that's the last few years, like recent, we've done this because like just why the fuck not? And the lower titles, they have some chaos to them where like, especially the bonus stars, where like at the end, like you can get completely fucked or completely like blessed,
Yeah.
The recent one, I think it's set in stone, like what bonus stars do what every time. Like, what you're gonna get every single time, so you can kind of go for that after a while. So yeah, I see what you mean. Like I think in favor of like glam and like more pixels and more frames and more shiny stuff, pretty much. It's just like, here you go, the new Mario Party.
Yeah, here's another installment. Give us money now.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that, because as graphics are evolving and like expanding, it does feel like everything is trying to replicate a PC.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is like this stupid feud we've had forever with the PC master race and like the console people, like,
yeah,
there's just this huge divide between like, oh well, like you don't think my console's good, well guess what, now it's got a really good graphics card, so and it's like, okay, it just seems like there is some competition there, especially between the fact like Microsoft was a big contender for a long time, and then Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft's still on the warpath, like they're still expanding and like buying every property they can. They just bought Blizzard, so
yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
Get ready for Master Chief and World of Warcraft, guys.
Oh god,
we're gonna get Warthog mounts and everything.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
If that happens, I don't play WoW anymore, but if that happens, like, fucking quote this episode, I'm omniscient as fuck.
Oh yeah.
I've basically called the fall, every business move and every fall of Blizzard for like the last year. I have called it. I have talked to my friends about it expansively. I'm like, this is gonna happen, just watch. And it fucking has.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were in that vein for a long time though.
Yeah. Well, also, like, I was telling my friend about it. I was like, there's this thing in did you ever play Legion?
Legion, doesn't sound familiar, so probably not.
It was the introduction of one of the worst mechanics in the game, but there was this thing called a mage tower, basically, and so the whole theme with the Legion was that you got these special artifact weapons. They all had lore attached to them. That part was cool. I was fine with that. It was how you leveled them up was fucking stupid. Like, artifact power is the worst fucking thing in the world, but that's a different video.
Talking about the WoW expansion Legion?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I missed that. I went from Warlords straight to the very end of Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So in Legion, that was the main progression path, but there's this thing called the Mage Tower, and it was really fucking unforgiving and really hard. But if you did it, like, you got like a skin for your weapon, pretty much. That was the reward, and it was like a once in a lifetime thing. Because as soon as Legion ended, like, it was over. There was no more battle or Mage Tower. And I was
Really?
telling my friend about it. I was like, you know what? The numbers are dropping in WoW. How much you want to bet they're gonna be back to Mage Tower as a limited time event? How much you want to bet? Everyone's like, oh, that'd be cool. And I was like, no, it's gonna happen. Just watch. Fucking happened.
Really?
As soon as this lawsuit happened with Blizzard, I was like, how much you want to bet it's going to be dragged on for a while? And they're going to sell it to whoever pays the most money. Microsoft just bought that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I knew that was going to happen.
Wow.
So I'm calling it now. Warthog mounts in WoW, and Master Chief is a DLC character or some shit.
Sorry, I just realized the implication of this. Like, I don't know why it took so long to dawn on me. That means Microsoft owns StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I don't like that at all. I don't like... That means Microsoft owns Diablo, which, I mean, maybe another console Diablo. I mean, I'd be down for that. But they own StarCraft. No, wait. You said you didn't like 64, so you probably never played... Did you ever play the StarCraft port for 64?
No, I've only played it on PC, and I don't see the appeal on PC either. It's just not my thing, honestly. It's not my thing. I don't know.
Ding, ding. We're going to fight.
Oh, shit.
I love StarCraft. I mean, I'm not good at it. I never claim to be good at anything, but I'm really not good at that. But boy, do I like to play.
That's the thing, but you can play, like, kind of co-op, right? Like,
StarCraft? Yeah, you can totally, yeah, you totally can. You just unlocked another memory for me.
Oh, shit.
Me and my cousin Chris, there's this thing you could download back, this would have been, again, like 2008, 2009. This thing you could download for the original StarCraft called World's Fastest Map, where it would basically change some of the game mechanics where it would put your resources super close to your command centers or whatever your nexus or hive. So your gathering units didn't have to move. So you just gather resources hella quick. And it had the fast build cheat enabled on it. So it was good for quick games. But yeah, you could both get on your battle.net and link together and then play cooperatively or against each other, which is what we did a lot. But sometimes we would go and get together and then stomp a bunch of people, and then we're like, we're going to play on the Asian servers. And we had a horrible time.
Yeah.
There is no fun in that. Like, the learning, there is no learning curve. It's a learning cliff. Off you go. Horrible shit. I
do want to go back to the Diablo thing, though, because, and I actually have a recent experience with this as well, because I was playing the Diablo 2 Resurrected today with my buddy Keith. He moved to Virginia recently, so we were just like, oh, you finally have internet? Like, let's play something. Let's catch up, man. So we played that for like an hour or so, and I honestly think co-op, like couch co-op, is what Diablo has been missing for the longest time. And that's why I think that Diablo 3 was such a huge jump.
Oh, yeah.
I will have more to say about Diablo 2, like when you talk about nostalgia, because I have a very long episode planned about that, probably. But whether you like Diablo 2 or 3 more, doesn't matter. That's not what this is about today. I just think that is what Diablo has been missing. Because I remember even Diablo 2, a lot of my friends we'd have LAN parties. Like, we'd bring each other's PCs over and be like, okay, let's all play Diablo 2 together.
Yeah.
So the accessibility of Diablo 3 to be able to just like, hey, here's a controller, let's fucking play the campaign together.
Yes.
That is what's been missing. And I don't know if it's true. Diablo 4 got like pushed back, unfortunately. But I don't know if it's true, but supposedly the confirmation is that they're going to keep the couch co-op. That you will still be able to play through the campaign with a friend on Diablo 4, which I really, really hope is true.
Yeah, dude, me too. Because that game has... It's intuitive. Like, Diablo really perfected the whole Champions of Norath and Baldur's Gate ness, I guess. I don't know which came first. Like, what you would go... Was it a Diablo-like? Is it a Baldur's Gate-like? What do you call a game like that?
I remember playing the original Diablo on PS1, so I don't know what... I'm pretty sure it came first, like Diablo 1 did at least.
Yeah, because that was on Windows 95? 98?
Yeah, Windows was... Yeah.
Yeah, a Windows of some kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. But I really think they perfected the mold, especially because somebody who's never played a game like that before, you can hand him a controller.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And it takes them about 10 seconds to be like, okay, I understand how this works. And you can play together. Versus like other games, like other couch co-op games, like for instance Red Faction for PS2.
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, it is kind of like a GoldenEye shooter, but you got to know some things. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is how you do this is how you do that. But I think Diablo is like really the perfect, hey man, let's just play something, and you just throw that on. And also, if you don't really care about the story and just want to kill some demons, that's cool too.
They do have that free mode, yeah. I'm a big lore nerd. I like the story of Diablo.
Same.
I just think the first game was like great at the time, and I remember Diablo 2 being great at the time. I just don't have the love for it a lot of people do, but I remember Diablo 3 like really blowing me away. Even the first patch of it, where they had that weird fucking auction house thing, and like the legendaries like had a lower drop rate and stuff like that. Like that was fine. Like even then, just like it felt good. It felt much better than its previous installments. We'll get into like that other shit like the nostalgia episode because I have lots to say about that. But that's just something I hope to keep bringing. And another thing you were talking about too with just experiences getting like bigger and stuff like that. Do you think that graphics or like games or like whatever have gotten so big now that they're like beyond couch co-op that it's just not going to be a thing anymore? At least in an expansive manner.
I do think the genre is dead. I don't think just the way the directions the developers are pushing, which is great. Like you want bigger worlds and you want more things to do and things like that. I do understand why it's like made for like one sole person or for people together, via an internet connection. I do understand that, but it's just sad to see it go. Yeah, I don't ever see it coming back. I can't tangibly think of a way that you could sell that now.
They have couch co-op games that are very simple in nature, and they're built around teamwork entirely.
I have something to say about this, so yeah.
Yeah, so there's like Unraveled 2, there's It Takes Two, there's A Way Out, which A Way Out's really good, actually. It's got I think you'd actually like that, because you're a movie buff. It's got a lot of homages to movies.
I like movies.
Most noticeably, Shawshank Redemption's a big one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like an escape game.
The very beginning of the game is like you're escaping from prison together.
Oh.
But, and that's where like a lot of Shawshank like homages come in. But then like other than that, once you're out of prison and stuff like that and dealing with that, there's a lot of like movie homages where like this seems familiar. Like even if you've never necessarily seen the movie they're basing that on, you're like, this seems really familiar.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic game. I really, really enjoyed it, and it has a great cinematic experience as well as like a good co-op experience.
Okay, well, yeah, it sounds fun. I mean, dude, I'll give anything a bash once. Like, I don't care. I do have something to say on this, though. Like, the last couch co-op game that I actually purchased, which was a complete failure in my opinion, like, don't hang me, community, but I bought Rayman Legends, and I hated it.
I don't know anything about that game. That's like a thing that's like drifted its way into like my world where I'm like, I heard about Rayman, but I don't know what that is.
It's it felt like to me like I don't like Little Big Planet either. I don't like cooperative puzzle platformers. It's just not ever been my thing. Like I don't like Portal either. Again, don't hang me.
Ooh, that one's gonna get some hate. People love Portal, especially Portal 2.
I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like I understand how it works, I understand why it works, but I just get no enjoyment out of it. Like it's fine, you can like it all you want, but this is not for me. It's not my cup of tea.
No, that's fine. You know, we support that here. You can have different opinions.
Hell
that's okay.
We can disagree. It's fine.
Yeah, nobody's
Except
mad.
about StarCraft.
Except about StarCraft.
And Aladdin.
Oh, I don't want to talk about Aladdin. Ooh, don't bring up Aladdin.
Anyway, so I didn't like Rayman Legends. I bought it to play couch with my friends, and I didn't like it. And to me, everything I've played after that, or been like, oh, this game has a couch co-op option, so I'll check it out. It feels too cartoony and too puzzle platformy, and it's just not for me. I want another Diablo 3. I know I'm being greedy, but
No, I get it. I'm not a fan of platformers in general. There's like maybe 3 I've ever really enjoyed. Like I like Salt and Strings Swear. I thought that was pretty cool. The platforming sections pissed me off, but like that was pretty cool. I recently found a roguelike called Skull Hero Slayer.
Skull Hero Slayer, what's that all about?
It's a lot of fun. The whole premise is that like you're a little skeleton man, and like you can get different heads though, and like put them on, and then you get different powers, and like you level them up, and like you either choose like gear or you choose like to level up your skull, but like either way, that's the balance. And then
Okay.
if you die, you start over, and like that's what a roguelike is.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun, and I'm hesitant to call it a pure platformer because it's not super a platformer. Like it just has platforming elements. I really like Alice: The Madness Returns.
Those games are cool.
Yeah, the first one's good too, but like it had the fucking like Mario mechanic where like you land on the platform and you fucking slide off of it because for some fucking reason you can slide off platforms. Like, ooh,
Weird.
I hate that thing. Ugh.
Wow. Yeah, I think I've only ever seen the sequel. That might be why.
Yeah, the first one's it's still great in terms of the narrative and like what it's about, but just those platforming mechanics are really hard and the combat's really hard.
Oh yeah.
And the second one definitely was better, but after a while too, with the second one, it was just all platforming, and that was the issue.
Speaking of roguelikes and couch co-op, did you ever play Risk of Rain?
Oh, that sounds really familiar, but I might have just heard about it.
The first one is 2D, and you're basically on a you crash land on an alien planet, and you're just trying to survive. That's the whole deal. And then it's like Hoo-Poo Games made it. The first time I read it, I thought it said Hot Poo, and I was like, I am not playing this. But like Hoo-Poo is the name of the studio. But then the sequel came out like years later, and it's like all 3D now.
It sounds super familiar.
Yeah, you like the first character you can play as is the Marine or Commando. I think he's a Commando. Anyway, you got 2 guns, and then as you play the game, you unlock the other characters, which, as we stated in the last episode, I love being able to unlock everything.
Unlock characters. Don't fucking give me DLC. Like, oh.
Yeah, you have to do specific tasks. And in the second one, it's really vague. It'll be like, you unlock this, like one of the characters, spoiler alert, you have to get to a secret area and sacrifice yourself on an altar. And then that ends your run.
Is this a real rumor or is it a schoolyard
I've done
rumor? Okay.
I've done it.
Have you done it like I brought back Aerith? Or
No, I've done it.
Okay.
I swear. Right hand to God, I've done it. I have all the characters. Like,
okay. Do they have
Or
different
have they?
abilities and powers and stuff like that?
yeah, they each have 4 powers.
Okay.
And they all play vastly different. Like the Commando, he's all about like tactical moving and stuff like that. Like he can roll through damage and stuff like that. And he's can fire his guns quickly and stuff like that. And the character I play is the Artificer.
Okay.
She's like a mage, kind of.
Okay.
Like a mecha mage.
Okay.
But yeah, like her powers are all based around her second ability, which is called a nanite bomb. So like you just charge up this bomb and then drop it on enemies, and however long you charged it for is like amplifies damage. And then as you're running around, you get items. Like one of the items you get is a ukulele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I'm
it
all
says
for it immediately.
yeah, it says and his music was electric, and it just gives you an electric field around yourself. And then you pick up like monster bones and things like that. And the cool thing about it is, as you're picking up all these items and all this shit, it's all stacking on your character.
Okay.
So when you get the ukulele, it's on your back.
Ugh.
And when you get like the monster bone necklace, it's actually a necklace that you wear. So by the end of your run, you're just covered in random shit.
That sounds awesome.
It's epic. Yeah, I have it. We should play sometime.
We definitely should.
You can get, at least I know the original Risk of Rain. I haven't looked for the second on PS4, but I know you can get the first one on PS4. I actually have it on PS4.
We should definitely play it. Yeah,
it's amazing.
I'm a fan of a game where just aesthetics. Like whenever you pick something up, you can actually see it. I like when it's represented. I understand why it wasn't a thing in like older RPGs and stuff like that, but
Totally.
it definitely feels good when you pick something up. Like, wow, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I remember that was like one of my favorite things about because I believe Champions did that. When you actually put armor on it, it changed the way it looked.
It changed the sound too. Like when you went from leather armor to chainmail, like your character made like shinkling noises and stuff like that
Really?
when you ran. Yeah, like it was great.
Wow. Yeah. See, and like it's one of the things that bothers me about Legend of Dragoon. That's like one of the few things I would change in a remake is getting better gear. I just like to look slightly different.
I don't want to see Congo wearing like ballerina shoes. I just do.
I don't know how I feel about that. You just gave me a whole visual that I don't know how to feel about.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Congo and ballerina shoes. So I do have this question. What is your favorite couch co-op type?
Type? Oh, definitely adventure games. Same thing we were talking about. Champions of Wrath, Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I like when there is a objective for you to complete together, and even better if it's an RPG setting where like you can class match or class mix and match or like split up gear and stuff like that.
Okay.
Anything kind of like D&D, especially like I guess like that's kind of like what I grew up with. Like a lot of my gaming choices, I think, came from the influence of like playing D&D at a young age and just wanting everything to be like D&D.
That's fair.
So I kind of feel like I really like experiences like that where there's you and your buddy like playing different class, or even three of your friends playing different classes and like trying to be the boss.
Wise of you to assume that I had 3 friends.
Well, I didn't either. I
Yeah.
mean, not until high school, I think I
Same.
had like reliably 3 friends where I'm like, yeah, are we gonna do this? Cool.
Yeah. All right. I would also have to agree with the adventure type. I also have a super soft spot for the House of the Dead games.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the on-rail shooters because those are fun and they're brutally hard, and it feels really good when you beat a mission in House of the Dead. And also, I have a sweet like 8th grade quote unquote first date story revolving
yeah?
around House of the Dead.
All right, we gotta hear it. Come on.
It's not really much to tell, man. I got picked up after school by her and her dad. We went to her house. We played House of the Dead on her original Xbox, and we kissed and went home. Like that's a standard 8th grade first date story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super chill.
But the fact it involves video games, I mean, that's something.
Yeah, I actually bought that Xbox from her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
sure did. She sold it to me for $50 after we broke up. So
Oh, okay.
amicable.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want something with an objective. That is kind of a big one for me. I really liked Resident Evil 5 for its co-op. That was actually a lot of fun too. I remember playing that with this girl I was actually dating at the time. I'm not dating at the time, but then dating now. So there we go. Yeah,
Way to go.
that was one of the first things we did co-op together, and like it's just the fact that like there's a clear objective where you win, you finish something, you do something, you move on to the next level, customize your stuff. Like there's clear progression, and that's the kind of thing I like. And that's my issue with a lot of these new couch co-op titles where like they're very simple. It's just about doing these like puzzles essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no clear line of progression. Like you don't get new stuff, you don't get new weapons, you don't get new abilities, you don't get anything. You just kind of just meander your way through the experience until you get into the level. That's kind of my issue with that.
It kind of feels like something you're doing on the side
Mm-hmm.
versus something that you're doing.
Yeah,
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, you're not invested in it. I think the best experience I've played so far to this date, with the exception of like Champions of Life have a soft spot for me, but have you played the Divinity games at all?
Divinity, like Divinity Original Sin?
Yeah.
I've seen them played, like at a friend's house, because I don't do Let's Plays or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've seen them played, I believe. I think my friend Matt was really big on that.
They're incredible. It feels like you're playing D&D. Like it just feels like you're playing D&D with your friends, and you can do it couch co-op, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely the game then, because he showed me that he knocked over this thing. It was like an oil urn, and it broke on the ground, and he's like, now check this out. And he hit it with a flame spell, and it actually burned. And I was like, bah.
That's what it feels like.
My
yeah.
brain.
There's all kinds of weird things like that, and like it kind of gives you like perspective for D&D too, because like if someone's like there's like profuse amounts of blood on the ground, you can like electrify the blood. I don't know if that works in real life, but it kind of sounds interesting. So
There's a whole Death Clock song about that called Blood Recuted.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's just awesome, and so I'd say probably I want more games in that vein. I know that they are working on Dark Alliance. I want to say it's Baldur's Gate 3. No, it's not Dark Alliance. I think it's Baldur's Gate 3. It's not out yet, but they're working on it, and I hope it gets the similar feel as Divinity because it's being made by the same studio. So hopefully there's a co-op version of it essentially. Even if it comes out years later, like Original Quinn did, that's fine. But I hope it comes out because it was a blast to play with friends.
Yeah. I thought Dark Alliance 2... my introduction to Dark Alliance 2 was... I was reading The Legend of Drizzt.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And then I went over to my friend Kato's house and sat down on his couch because that's the great thing about having gamer friends. You can hang out while you're doing separate things. And I literally had Sojourn in my hand. And I looked up and I was like, this motherfucker's playing Drizzt.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's what he's
Baldur's
doing.
Gate 2, yeah.
Yeah, I was like...
Or Dark Alliance 2, yeah.
I was like, and that's Artemis Entreri. Like, I was like, what is this? And he was like, oh, it's Baldur's Gate. And I was like... And I looked at the case. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Forgotten Realms. There it is. I was like, okay, I have to play. And then we did. We totally just got down together. It was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So another question for you. Do you have, or in the past have you had, like an ace in the hole couch co-op game, like one that nobody could touch you on. Like, so it'd have to be something competitive.
Oh yeah. Pretty much any of the Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi games. That was my thing.
Oh yeah?
That was my thing. Yeah. I have my friends can tell you about this. I think I've told you before. Like when I get really good at something, I start playing silly characters because I'm just like I'm too good at this. It doesn't fucking matter what I do. That's why I learned like Valdo and Soul Calibur. I learned like how to be like a distance fighter with Ivy, where it's like I just use the chain whip and like get perfects the entire time, so it can't fucking come near me. I learned how to play Yoshimitsu, which like I think is the trolliest character in the game.
It's from Tekken, so yeah.
So in the first one, I made both my friends rage quit because I kept playing Captain Ginyu.
Oh yeah.
And like eventually I was just literally sitting there. They noticed I wasn't even playing anymore. Like I was just eating goldfish while they were beating me up. They're like, "Are you even fucking trying?" I was like, "No."
No.
And I kept winning the entire time.
That's not how this character works.
So yeah, just 1 through 3, I just got really good at it. I think I was probably the best at 2, given how loose 2 was. And 3, it got a little bit like not stale, but the fluidity of some characters got a little bit stiff, and I think 2 had the most like fluidity to their playstyle. But I think that's just something to be said about 3 looked better, so it probably felt different. But yeah, that was definitely my thing. I remember my kind of the friend of a friend thing at the time. He was like, "Okay, I'm going to borrow this game, and then we're going to play." And I was like, "All right, man, go ahead." So he brought it over. It's like I played it all weekend. I was like, "All right, cool." And so like I just kind of let him win the first match. He's like, "Yeah, fuck you. I thought you were good at this game." And I was like, "You want to play again?"
Yeah.
And then I persisted to just fucking mop the floor with him, every single character.
Yeah, you turned it up to 11. Yeah. So I happen to own both of those, if you're down.
I know, we've talked about it. I would need to see if I still have it in me to do it, but...
I mean, just saying. Like, I'm also a beast at those games.
I'd have to see if I can get back into it.
I'm untouchable at Soul Calibur 2, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely untouchable.
Which version?
GameCube.
GameCube. I never played on GameCube. I had a PlayStation, so...
Oh. You didn't get Link, then?
No, I got Hiachi, which isn't bad, but...
It is bad. What are you talking about? Use fist weapons versus sword and shield? No way.
Yeah, but Link was broken, apparently.
Link was awesome, and I don't care what you say.
You're untouchable because you play Link? That's what it is?
No, I'm untouchable because I play Nightmare. Yeah, come at me.
No, we used to do that all the time, though, with... never Soul Calibur. We never got super into Soul Calibur, but we used to do it with Dragon Ball Z especially. They had the tournament mode.
Yep.
And you could hook up those separate controllers, and so, like... just get everyone entered into it, so eventually like it was everyone fighting everyone. There's no NPCs basically. Like I think the most we ever got was like an 8-man tournament, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a 32 bracket. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot like because you clear the fodder out. You know, those are practice games. It's like, well, you want to see how good I am with Gohan? Let's figure it out.
Yeah, we did exclusively the cell games because the normal tournament you could get knocked out of it. So we're like, okay, no knockouts. Let's just fucking actually fight. So we'll do the cell games. And
yeah, the cell games are, and let's be honest, that's the cooler arena.
It is a cooler arena. Plus, like the winner of the whole tournament got to fight Cell. So like, it was cool. Because like Cell's like the one NPC you couldn't get rid of. It was just like Cell was always at the end of the cell games.
That's right. I mean, it makes sense. It's his damn tournament.
Like, I know. But yeah, I'd say that was definitely the one for me. Like. I moved on eventually to Naruto. The Ultimate Ninja Storm games are very, very fun, and
I'm terrible at them.
I was at first too, but you just got to get into them. Like they have a really fun combat system.
I have smashed my head against. I think I have Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, and I'm just trying to figure it out. And I'm like, why? Why does this do different things now? Like this was my kick ass button before, and now I'm not kicking ass. Like what happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm terrible at those, and I'm usually good at anime fighters. Like, did you ever play Guilty Gear?
No, but I played Blaze Blue.
Oh, okay.
Blah.
Yeah,
Blaze Blah.
Continuum Shift. So you basically played Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Those games are knacky too, but like I played. In Blaze Blue, I play Hakumen, and he's got some knacky powers. But once you get him figured out, he's a boss.
That's the like ninja, right? Cyborg.
He's like the cyborg samurai with the straight sword.
Yeah,
and like
I played Jin a lot.
Nice. I almost said Jin Kazama. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Tekken.
Yeah.
Erra.
I was really good at Tekken 4. There's this place called Coin Jam, which is like an arcade bar, essentially.
A barcade.
And yeah, I used to have like a line of people fighting me at Tekken 4.
Oh, really?
And it was a lot of fun.
I like Tekken 2.
I remember Tekken 2 was good.
Fun fact about Tekken 2, In Flames almost missed their second album release. Their producer actually had to take away their PlayStation because they were literally pushing off recording to play Tekken 2
Really?
and drink whiskey. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way to do it.
Not if you're trying to make it in the music world.
I can't remember what my favorite character was in 4, because it's been forever since I played it, but he had like white hair, and he was just really good at kicking, and like he just chained those kicks together, and like you can't fucking do anything. Like,
oh, really?
that was my favorite character in Tekken 4. I just can't remember his name.
No idea. Not ringing any bells.
I'm like picturing he has like a blue tank top and like army pants. So if anyone knows, comment and tell me.
Yeah. Let's figure that. I've played martial law. I've played law since.
Oh, law's cool
Tekken.
though.
Except for I have Tekken Tag 2 for Xbox 360. Not a bad title. My wife kicks my ass at it. Same with I've got this. I think it's Tekken v Street Fighter or Capcom v Street Fighter game. Anyway, it's a huge crossover game, and she beats my ass at that too.
Speaking of crossovers, Marvel vs. Capcom. That was a game I used to be very good at too.
Really?
Yeah. Especially, I think it was 3 when you had like the Devil May Cry characters in there.
Shit. Yeah, that is 3, and I have that.
Oh shit! Yeah, I used to do
games.
Dante, Virgil, and Amaratu from Okami. That was my team.
I played Dante, Taskmaster, obviously, and usually Iron Fist. I believe he's in that. Yeah, because he's quick. But yeah, my dream team it's Dante, Taskmaster, and Guest.
Yeah. See, all these games I'm talking about, though, none of these have I ever played online. I've always played them with friends in the same room. Yep. And I've always been introduced to them in the same room with friends.
Yeah, that's how they were meant to be played, I think. Like, I bought Mortal Kombat 10 and played that with my friends. I think it was 10. That was the one that came out on PS4 first, right? Because 11 is the newest.
I think so, yeah. That's one that had like a bunch of DLC characters, like Freddy and...
10 had them too, yeah.
Or maybe that's 11, but...
10 had them too, yeah.
Mortal Kombat, man, it's a franchise I want to die, honestly.
Same. Ed Boon should be ashamed. He created something so great and then really had something with... Deception is my favorite, absolutely.
Deception, that's a good one.
You remember the chess combat
game
you could play?
Yeah.
What happened to that? What happened to motor combat? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
It was Mortal Kombat Mario Kart.
Oh shit, really? I never played that.
Yeah, it was in Armageddon, dude. Yeah. You literally just get in, you look hilarious. Like, your character has like a big head and their tiny body, and they're driving a cart, and you build up your special, and like Scorpion like would do his whole like get over here, and he'd like grab whoever was in front of him and yank him behind him, and like he'd get a speed boost doing that, and like Sub-Zero would freeze people and stuff like that. There's also puzzle combat, which was like Tetris. So like as you were clearing Tetris blocks, down below you'd be kicking the shit out of each other, like with whoever was clearing, and like more combos that you did in clears would give you more combos and shit. The awesome little tiny stuff like that used to be in Mortal Kombat, or like the test your might, or test your speed, or whatever. Like, what happened to that?
Yeah, I agree. Without games like that, we're talking about Dragon Ball Z. That's actually where the name StillLoading came from. My friends since middle school, we used to just hang out at each other's houses and just like joke around, like say a bunch of random shit. And so like we wrote like these horrible screenplays and like put them on fanfiction.net. I wonder if that website's still around. Horrible screenplays, but people really liked them, and so we're like, oh yeah, man, that was when YouTube was becoming a big thing. So we're like, we're gonna be YouTubers, we're gonna make skits and everything. It's gonna be great. Like, oh, it'll be StillLoading. That's what we're gonna call it, StillLoading, because like we were really into just like anti-humor at the time.
Oh, cool. All right.
So that's just like really dumb, like the punchline's really dry or whatever. So that's what we were into. So yeah, without couch co-op, I mean, who knows what we'd be called?
Yeah. I honestly don't know. Like, I think it's a good. I think it's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. Like on the whole couch co-op subject, without going off on too many tangents that we've got planned for other episodes.
Yeah, I think so too. So I guess what I want to say is, thank you everyone for watching. Obviously, everyone who checked it out, feedback, gave all the likes. I gotta do the YouTube thing, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and that'll help everything out. And yeah, look forward to our next episode. We have a long list of things, so I'm not sure it's gonna be yet, but it'll be just as hate-filled as this. So don't worry.
Absolutely. And if there's anything like you guys would like to hear about, just comment below. Like. We've got tons of ideas for stuff, but I'd also like to know what you might want to hear about.
Yeah, definitely. Viewer's choice. That's always fun. I'm sure I can hate anything given the right motivations.
Oh, watch me work.
All right. Well, until next time. Next time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Matt.
I'm Aiden.
And this is Still Loading.
Yep. Bye.
Later.